Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel once again. We're going to try to do a live edit this time. I've done edited this picture once before, as you can see. So do sit back, grab your favorite beverage, and let's reset this picture here and edit it from scratch. As you can see here, this is a young lady I took pictures of a couple months ago for her graduation pictures. And it was raining today, so I figured I'd just goof off a little bit and do some simple edits. And here I made a pop-up of a few of her pictures, and this is one of the ones we want to re-edit. So let's go ahead and select all these here. There's multiple ways you can edit this picture, and there are different ways of doing this pop-up that are on YouTube. So just go ahead and browse and check them other ones out. But this is how I did it. So after you get your picture loaded in the Photoshop, go ahead and make 2 more copies of it. And let's see, we're going to name this one flat. This will be my flat image. And this one here is going to be my pop-up. You don't have to name these, you can leave them as they are. But it's easier if you do name them, it sort of keeps things straight. After you untick the eyeball and unselect those, go ahead and highlight your background. Go down here and we will go pull up a gradient. Click the gradient. We went over here on the end. We're going to change this color. So after you select that third one over, it's a black and white. We want solid, smooth as 100%. Double click. Little arrow and it'll pull up this window here. You can select any color you want. I want to go ahead and do a gray. Of course, we would change this later on, but I'm just going to do a gray just to start off with. Hit OK, and OK, and OK. Go up to your flat image and go ahead and select it to turn it on. You can see this is a real nice picture. When you're selected here, you want to bring up our square selection tool, and you want to select part of the way up your image to give you a 3D effect. Let's see, but we'd also want some of this background also. So we're going to go about right here. We're going to come across and come down and get our feet. Okay, and then inside your square selection, we will go ahead and we want to transform this selection. Then do it again, we want to do perspective. And just select your little corners here and just bring them in. They bring the bottom out just a little bit. Once you're happy with that, go ahead and click it again. If you want to change the scale, you can. You either can make it more flatter, bring it down, or bring it up. Let's bring it just a little bit on the perspective. I'll get a little more of the background. And once you're happy with that, go ahead and hit your check mark or hit enter. Then come down to this and select layer mask. We may end up changing that. Let's go back and change that. Let's go ahead and we bring this down just a little bit. Go back through and hit transform. Go back into our scale. Bring that scale down just a little bit. Right there. Let's try that. Then select layer mask. That's a little better. Okay, we want to put a little border around this, make it look like it's an actual printed picture. So be sure to highlight your mask. Go down to your FX button there. you want to go and hit stroke. And this you're going to have to just play with to your own personal thickness of how thick you want your border. Let's see, we want to hit 35. We want to do inside. Or you can leave whatever color you want. If you just want to change different colors, you're more than welcome to. I'm going to go up and select white. Hit OK. Let's transition me off there. So won't be no distracting on it. Go up to your next one here. Select it. Make sure your picture is highlighted. And whatever this, type of tool you want to use to mark around your subject, do use that. I'm going to use the quick selection tool. You can use the pen tool. And just go through and highlight. Take your time with it there. That way it has time to do its thinking. You can go faster or slower. If you're using the pen tool, you can go through and take your time and mark everything out. Don't have to select the entire image. We're probably going to quit right there. Let's refine that. Turn our smart radius a little bit and pop it up just a little bit. 0.5. Let's smooth it out a little bit. And let's go ahead and we'll give it a, let's go for 0.5 on feather. And we may shift it in just a little bit. If you want to, you can go through and select this. You can go through and actually go through and define your edges more. If you're pretty much satisfied with it, go ahead and hit OK. And you see everything's highlighted. Go down there and hit your mask button again. And boom, we're a whole lot closer of having our pop-up. Of course, now you can see all your wildness here. You can go back through here and reselect your mask and hit mask edge again, refine your edge. And we go through here and we refine. Let's go ahead and pop our radius back up again. Go through and hit some of your spots. It wasn't quite. If you take something away you didn't mean to, just go through and hit your erase option there and just erase that refinement there and bring it back to where it was. This is going to be a rush job there for video sake, because you can take your time and go through and take your time and really edit this out. Go back down here to your before. We're named it flat, but whatever you named it for. Be sure it's highlighted. Hold your control button and click it. And as you hold your control button down, sometimes it don't always do it. You see the little marching ants that have highlighted the bottom part of the picture that we normally done. Or you want to hit layer and put it down below. Go up here to the top and hit fill. We want to fill this with black, 100% normal blending mode. there's different ways you can do this other part here. What I'm going to do is don't want to select it. I want to highlight both of them, and I'm going to merge them, bring them into one layer. Now, if it behaves like it's supposed to have, when we do our transformer again, it should show us some black underneath it, like we've got a shadow. Let's see what happens here. Grab your edge and pull it up just a little bit. Right now we've got some black. You can go up as much as you want, but you can't go too crazy. The old saying is less is more, so we just want to barely pull these up. We don't want to mess with this one because it will move this picture and mess her up. So we go up here and pull this one up just a little bit, just like we got a little bit of a bend in the photo. Once you're satisfied with that, hit your check mark and then apply that. Go up and hit your deselect, or you can hit Control D. Go back down here and hit our shadow part again. We're going to transform it again. What we're going to do, I'm going to apply the warp to it. I'm going to grab it by the middle here. We're going to pull up. You can pull up as much as you want, but just pull up just a little bit where you don't have no shadow coming in the very bottom of your picture. And apply your check mark or push enter. While we make sure we're still selected, we're going to come up here to our filters. We're going to go down to blur. We're going to get down Gaussian blur. And you just select whatever you want of how blurry you want your black to be. I'm just going to leave mine at 33.2. I'm going to come over here and make sure you're still selected. Hit your opacity. We're going to bring our opacity down. Let's go back to it. That's about good enough. Anyway, just your own preference of how you want this to go. Okay. Now, go back down here to your gradient. Double click your gradient. Go back into it. Hit your little, double click your little button. I have to move some things around here a little bit. Let's see, let's close this off. Let's move this over here. We can see the picture still. I normally have this set up on 2 monitors, and part of it goes to another monitor where I can keep my image open. Okay. Now you notice we've got our little eyedropper. We can click on. We still have our third over selected. So whatever we click on in our picture is going to make our gradient. See? Whatever we pick on red. We can go black. We can hit a color. Whatever color you guys want to select on there to bring some color into your picture. Once you're satisfied with that, hit OK. And OK again. And OK again. And be sure to save it in whatever format you want. If you want to re-edit your picture later on, be sure to save it as a Photoshop file or another file that you can edit. And that right there is pretty much how I edited this picture before. I'm not going to save this one because I've done edited it before. And I hope you guys had a wonderful time enjoying this little simple edit. Be sure to like and comment before. This is my first live stream edit, like I said once before. I do apologize if I went too fast or if I didn't get enough details. Just please let me know in the description. And do please like and subscribe. And I do thank you guys for watching, and have a